This new episode of New Comics with Father Clef is brought to you by, where'd I put it? My wallet. Shout out to me for learning to stick to a budget. What's happening, everybody? It is Wednesday, January 9th, 2019. You know I'm here. New Comic Book Wednesday. Let's get it popping. Up first, we have Prodigy #2 from Mark Millar. In issue #2, we met Edison Crane, a.k.a. the world's smartest man. He is sought after by the world government, everybody in the world, to solve the world's greatest and biggest problem. I can't talk. It's happening already. He is sought after to take care of and solve the world's biggest problems, but what happens when aliens come into the mix? Find out what happens in Prodigy #2. Up next, we also have the brand new #1 issue of Young Justice #1 from Brian Michael Bendis. I completely missed the first run of Young Justice. Apparently, it was a different team. This is a new lineup. I'm really looking forward to reading this. Also, speaking of Young Justice season Season 3 is back on DC Universe. I highly recommend that as well. They dropped the first 3 episodes last Friday. They're dropping another this Friday, and it is awesome. I highly suggest you check it out. It is very much worth the DCU price, membership price alone. That show alone is worth it. So I highly suggest you check those out. And I also suggest you check out Young Justice #1. In Justice League #14, we found out that there was some shady shit going on Thanagar Prime, I believe it is. And Justice League #15 puts Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, and Hawkgirl right in the thick of it. Hopefully all will be revealed in Justice League #15. Check that out. Now, the last few issues of Batman have all been pretty disorienting. We saw one issue end with the return of Batman's father, Thomas Wayne. Another one centered around this kid who was obsessed with Bruce Wayne's parents and the whole Bruce Wayne murder. He actually thinks he's Bruce Wayne. And Batman #62, we see the return of Professor Pig. Hopefully we receive some answers in this issue. Go pick up Batman #62. Moving on, we also have the #2 issue of Martian Manhunter. In issue #1, we got a little peek into John Jones' backstory. And to put it blunt, he was a dirty cop. He loved his family, of course. He was a good dad. He was a good husband. But he was a dirty cop. He was basically Denzel Washington in Training Day. At the end of that issue, his partner in the current timeline finds out that he's a Martian. We'll find out how she deals with that in Martian Manhunter #2. And last but not least, we have the issues of Miles Morales Spider-Man #2. In the last issue, we got to see how an older Miles Morales is doing nowadays. He's dealing with romance. He's dealing with, I believe it's college. I don't know if it's college or if it's just high-level high school. Also, immigrant trafficking. Metahuman trafficking. So that's Miles Morales Spider-Man #2. We also have the brand new series of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1. This, again, is Peter Parker. The synopsis for this has been very, 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 very vague of what it's about. It just says your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is back and he's here to protect his friends and stuff. But we'll find out what happens in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1, as well as Miles Morales Spider-Man #2. I highly suggest getting into Miles Morales. Check it out. Oh, and one more thing. As far as my random suggestion for the week, we have Saga from Image Comics. My light was... It's Saga. We have Saga from Image Comics. If I had to describe this, it would be tonally True Blood, but set in space. There's a little bit of comedy in there. There's a little bit of raunchiness in there. There's definitely a ton of violence. Lots of good stuff in here. And I think the overall story for Saga has come to an end. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not current. But I have the first 2 volumes and they are awesome. I highly recommend it. That is Saga from Image Comics. But that's everything for today's episode. Let me know what comic books did you cop today. What are you feeling? What are you not feeling? Let me know down in the comments down below. And if you didn't cop anything, then just get out. Get out. And go read something. I'm Father Clef. Peace.